All right, if you guys are just joining us, the action is just getting started here at the USSGL. My name is Bre Stikk from Verbal Tap Podcast. I'm joined by John Evans at BJJ Breakdown. John, I'm excited for this. Nadine and Bre Stikk.
Yes, very excited. Bre is a very good grappler and someone that has come into my gym a few times. She is extremely strong. So watch for aggression and strength.
Absolutely. She loves to get in good wrestling. She loves to be able to mix it up. She has one of the most tenacious abilities to get in there and mix it up. Of course, that comes from street sports. The place that she trains, she also, in her spare time I say, when you're not training and being a beast, she's helping on out as, fighting some fires and stuff. And we get over to the children. Don't hurt the children, please. But yes, we're so excited. Hey, we want you guys to be part of the action, so hit us up at #USSGL, and John and I may bring you up. You can do it on Twitter, you can do it on Instagram, you can do it on Facebook. But yeah, John, here's the nice part about this. Nadine trains over at Victory MMA, and I like the fact that we've started in a wrestling match, so it's pretty appropriate. We're at a wrestling tournament right now, and we're showing them. I mean, Bre's looking for this beautiful judo throw, John.
Yeah, that was a good attempt there.
Absolutely. And that's the beautiful part about when you have no points, you can mix it up. You get a little more loose. You try things that you might not normally try.
Yeah, I like to see that too. Just with the no-gi, there's no grips, but still going for that uchimata, trying to throw the leg through in between her opponent's leg. And there it is again, and she's actually going to make it work. Oh, but she's got to worry about his back. Yep. Nadine all over her right now.
This is great. Great control right there. You see that she's already got the hooks in, but Bre's looking to try and escape already, John. How is she doing that?
Yeah, she's hand fighting right away, which is exactly what she should be doing. You definitely don't want the hands to connect and make that seatbelt grip. But it looks like Nadine's going for a half Nelson, which is
truly embracing our wrestling roots over here.
Yes.
Looks to start trying to get that arm in for that choke. It's tough. It's really tough here.
Yeah, it can be really tough, especially if your opponent is pretty well versed in the ground game, trying to defend your back.
Absolutely. Looks over for it looked like it was starting for an omoplata, but then she's now settling for rubber guard. It looks like they're going to ease on in for just a split second here. So, again, we want to thank you guys for tuning on in. Raf Sparza, John Evans, bringing the action live. And when the man in charge right now, the man running it as the referee, one Drew Murillo from the Los Angeles Jiu-Jitsu Club. This is exciting. Ooh, we got a switch of his position here, John. Now we see Nadine starting to go ahead and pressure a little bit, working from half. Bre, looked for a split second like she wanted to kind of almost go to deep half, starting to settle more, regains her guard, and we resume back over here with Bre working to break down some of the posture of Nadine. I really like the way that Nadine's playing this. It's aggressive, but not over-aggressive. There's a certain sense of temperature and pace that I really seem to like about this. So, again, already great action going on. And as you can see, one of the things that I really like about this, so now Bre's starting to work from underneath, looking to kind of set up that Kimura grip. See maybe if she's getting a sweep there, John?
Yeah, she's going for this Kimura. If she can lock it up from the closed guard, then she's got a lot of options at least, and it's going to make sure that Nadine's posture is broken. Might try to sit up for the hip high sweep if that isn't working, but looks like she's maybe motioning off to the side, trying to look for an arm bar. That arm's not quite in. Nadine holding that arm nice and tight, which could land her into a triangle, so that's probably the sequence that Bre's looking for. But she's really stopping Bre's attacks by squaring her up, making sure that she takes the middle.
And I want to say, John, I liked Bre's instinct to start using the knees to kind of pull her up a little bit, because not only do you get those armbar attempts, which could be very sneaky and out of the blue, but it is one of those things where it just it brings the person into you and gives you more options to work from your back from there.
For sure. If you're playing like a traditional closed guard game, which it appears to be the case with Bre, then you're going to use the legs to break the posture and definitely also maneuver your own body. It looks like she was just trying to set up a basic armbar from closed guard, which can be very effective if done 100%
and timed perfectly.
Properly, yes, as we've seen.
I don't do it.
Padre Gracie, I don't do it either. But it is.
I'm told it works.
Yes, it's one of those moves that you learn in the beginning, and it works in the beginning a little bit, but then you have to be super high level to make it work.
I get it in
later
drilling,
on.
though, John.
Hey, that's good. That's a start.
All right, and we're back here.
Going for that
Looks like
single leg.
Oh, now we
man,
get
actually just
Nadine
muscles
takedown.
Bre right to the floor.
It's a little bit of attrition, but you got to admire the fact that now she's working from on top. She's been here before, so now she feels, I'm sure, like she can probably get this pass now.
Yeah, but if Bre moves her hips to the far side right now, she'll have a sweep because Nadine's hip.
Committing a little bit too much on the hip.
Yeah, she's really dipping that trapped leg hip, which is a big no-no from within the half guard. You can be easily swept to the far side.
Do you tell your students it's a giant no-no, John? Do you say no-no?
I do say no-no.
Ooh, but now we might be venturing. That looked like for a second we were going to head
Bre's going to
into
get up on top.
the
too.
legs, but now we go back to close guard. Now we get Nadine starting to work a little bit from there.
Yeah, Nadine definitely has a height advantage, so she looks a little bit lankier, and see if that plays a factor with the close guard. It definitely can. I'm sure anyone that's grappled before, if you end up in the close guard of somebody that has very long legs, it can be a nightmare.
That's the worst. I don't like long leg grapplers. This is just rude. I just look at them and I was like, you were born tall. How dare you?
Is that legist?
It's not legist. You don't call it whatever you want. Don't start the hashtag legist move.
Bre, I think she was trying to get her knee in the middle, and very nice knee slice pass. She's got head and arm control. She's inside control. She should be switching to head and hip right now because Nadine has the underhook, and she sure does, and that's going to stop the escape.
Yep. But here's the nice part. So much of Bre's game is pressure and knowing what to do. She recently was selected. She won both for the gi and no gi to be the representative for the United States to represent at the World Trials of Grappling, and that's going down in Azerbaijan. So check that out, you guys. You want to look that up, and she's looking to win some money so that she can go ahead and pay for that, John. And that's a great honor to be representing the United States of America. How many times can you say that you're really representing the United States of America like this?
I mean, I say it all the time. It's not necessarily true. Yeah.
This armbar was for America.
Always is.
Absolutely. I'm going to start doing that. If somebody wins it, I'm just going, America. All right, now.
Bre in the north-south. She had an underhook, though. I thought maybe she was going to go for a north-south choke or a darce, but
going into the crowd lets you know, guys, we love our audience participation. The two kids look at each other like, can you believe this? Yeah, kids. This is 4D. You are part of the action. John takes a moment to smile too much because he doesn't want to laugh on air, but I'll let you guys know he was definitely laughing at that.
4D.
4D, dude. We're like Shrek at Universal Studios. If you guys are enjoying this commentary, by the way, hit us up at hashtag USSGL. It's not your mother's commentary.
Could be.
Or your father's.
I like this nice high guard, and it's over the shoulder, which is where it can get dangerous.
That arm
and
is really in trouble, though.
Cranking on that arm, she gets the tap.
Well done, Bre. You know, we call this tournament the Deep Waters Invitational for a reason, you guys. Looks like Bre was in a little bit in trouble. Is very, very calm and composed, but that was a great match. Hats off. You know, I got to say this about Nadine. She took this on a one-day notice at the recommendation of Jeff Rial, and I got to tell you, I'm hugely impressed with the way she was playing with John.
Yeah, Bre's a gamer. She's a really good athlete, too, so she's pretty much always in shape to go. And I mean, she didn't even get the other leg over the head. She just used that kind of like a Stima style high guard.
Absolutely.
Where it goes over the shoulder. It can be fantastic.